guys, Ken with Patriot Armor here, and I'm coming to you today. We're doing a video on trauma pads, and we get a lot of questions on this, so we kind of wanted to show you guys what they're all about. Now, the Patriot Armor trauma pads, they're a safety product. You know, they're designed to go behind the plate, whether it's the IIIA flexible or a rigid plate inside of your carrier. You know, unlike in the movies where when people's, you know, ballistic products function, they can just walk away from it and everything's fine, and, you know, the bullets stick to the front, which is really great for the movies. But in real life, we know that when a round is defeated by body armor, there's still energy pass through, and that energy pass through, depending on the round, can be quite significant, and it can cause injury. And so we created our trauma pads out of the best material that we found available in this market. We have exclusivity on it. It's called Shock Tech, and it is an awesome phase-changing polymer product that, unlike, you know, some of our competitors, it doesn't have limited compressions. You know, a lot of the non-Newtonian foams out there can't get wet. You know, our Shock Tech is impervious. It doesn't have limited compressions at all. You know, and the most important thing is that it absorbs a massive amount of energy. So what this means for you is when you wear this behind your plate, if you do end up taking a round to the plate, when the plate stops the round, this is going to absorb that impact energy, a great portion of it that would normally transfer into your body and cause injury. Now what we're going to do is first we're going to shoot one of our Patriot Armor IIIA 10x12 shooter cut plates with no trauma pad behind it, and we're going to measure that back face signature, the deformation, into this clay. And then we're going to take one of our Patriot Armor trauma pads, put it behind our IIIA, same thing, put it on the face of the clay there, and we're going to shoot it. We're going to measure that back face signature so we can kind of show you the difference and how much energy this really does absorb. And again, guys, we always recommend a trauma pad because it's a safety product. Nobody wants to get shot. If you're wearing armor, the armor can definitely save your life, but the trauma pad, it can save you from a lot of injury. Alright guys, so Ryan just put one round of 45 from his 1911, shot distance of 5 yards, and so let's take a look at that back face signature. We're going to go ahead and measure and see what we got. Alright guys, so let's take a look here. You can see the impact here. We're going to measure that depth. So we have an impact depth of 15.38 millimeters in the clay from a 45 at 5 yards. Alright guys, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our Patriot Armor IIIA 10x12 shooters cut plates here with the, you know, flexible IIIA, just like before, but we're going to add our Patriot Armor trauma pad behind it, and we're going to take a look and look at that back face signature in the clay so that we can measure any differences. Again, our trauma pads, which are exclusive Shock Tech foam, you know, there's no limited compressions, there's no physical limitations on it. You know, it's inside of you know, a really nice cover and keep it in good condition. And so what this is going to do is it's going to absorb that impact energy that otherwise would be transferred to your body. So as we saw before, there's a good amount of energy that's traveling through that you know, the IIIA panel. Even though it's stopping the round, that energy is still going through. And so we're going to put the trauma pad behind it, and we're going to show you guys exactly how much energy this thing really absorbs and how that can translate into a much lesser risk of injury for you. Alright guys, so I have my depth gauge here. We're going to measure the millimeters of the, you know, the depth in millimeters of the back face signature so that we can compare the numbers and kind of show you guys with the help of the clay here exactly how much energy this is absorbing and dispersing, so that again, it won't be transferring into you and causing injury. Alright guys, now it may be a little bit tough to see with the little dimple here. You know, I'll have it zoomed in on so that you guys can see it real good. Now let me go ahead and measure this back face deformation. We have a back face deformation of 6.92 millimeters from the surface. Alright guys, so as you can see, the addition of our Patriot Armor trauma pad behind your plates, whether rigid or flexible, is going to absorb a massive amount of that energy. Again, normally that energy would get passed through that plate and into your body, potentially causing severe injury. You know, depending on the size of the round, it depends on how much energy, but it's pretty plain to see that when you put a Patriot Armor trauma pad behind your plate, again, they're sized pretty universally, so it's going to fit pretty much any plate out there on the market that's 10 by 12. It's a really great product that's going to potentially reduce the likelihood of injury from that energy transferring in through your body. The results speak for themselves. When you look at that shot without the trauma pad, it's significant. When you look at the results when we put the trauma pad behind it, you can see that it's absorbing and dispersing that energy phenomenally. And again, you know, one of the reasons we sought that material out is because it's far superior to a lot of the other materials on the market, being that it doesn't have those physical limitations, and just the sheer amount of energy that it absorbs and disperses. This is a product I would recommend to every single person out there using body armor. You put it behind your plate in your carrier. It's a lightweight option that could seriously decrease your risk for any type of injury due to that energy transferring through the plate.